Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the JQLM Radio Special Edition with your girl, Lady J, right here on JQLM Radio, division of Ego Entertainment Network. So, of course, I have another fly guest for y'all today, celebrity guest, but y'all know how we do here. So, before we get into that, we have to get those formalities out of the way. I'm getting tongue tied already, y'all. It's the beginning of the show. But this is radio, so it's live. Y'all get bloopers and all. So, and for those of you who are watching too, thank y'all for tuning in. But I need y'all to go simultaneously listen on air so we can continue ramping up those numbers because we're trying to go terrestrial. Y'all help us get to Sirius XM, okay? So if this is your first time tuning in, this is how you can share with your family, friends, and followers on all the different ways that they can tune in as well. If this is your first time tuning into the show or to JQLM Radio and you would like to share with your family, friends, and followers on all the different ways that they can tune in, be sure to tell them to download the JQLM Radio app on their Apple or Android devices. You can also listen live to JQLM Radio 24/7, 365 via Amazon Alexa, TuneIn app, the Stream and Simple Radio app, and a host of other platforms of which you can find located on our website, where you can also listen live at egoentertainmentnet.com. Also, don't forget to follow, like, and share us. We do follow back. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at JQLM Radio. You can also connect with Ego Entertainment Network at EgoEntNet. That's EGOENTNET on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter also. Also, connect with us on LinkedIn at Ego Entertainment Network. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our YouTube channel, Ego TV Network, at youtube.com/Ego TV Network. All right. Now that we have those formalities out of the way, I am excited to introduce my guest for this evening. And today's guest is none other than Shanese Shields, also known as Drama Queen. That's spelled with a K-U, not a Q-U. Okay. So who is she? She is a lover of the arts and is also a big believer in philanthropy and community outreach, such as bringing awareness of those who suffer with celiac disease. Right before the pandemic, Shanese volunteered to go to jail. Ooh, this is going to be juicy, y'all. And was featured on season 6 of the hit docuseries 60 Days In on A&E, Lifetime Network, and Netflix. She is an actor, writer, and producer. Let's bring Miss Drama Queen into JQLM Radio Special Edition.
Hi.
Welcome. How are you?
I am awesome and amazing. Thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm great. Can't complain. So, Drama Queen, spelled with a K. Who came up with that?
You said what? I'm sorry.
Who came up with that? You or somebody else?
No, see, I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And so that was my line name. And because I've been doing acting and theater for over 20 years. And so that was my given name. And I prayed for something that was in the arts, and so I got it.
Okay, I see you. Awesome. All right, so let's tell the people a little bit about yourself. So tell us where you're from, what you do, what your background was like, and what you like to do in your spare time.
Sure. Well, I am from the Show Me State. So I'm from Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri. Lived there my whole life until right before the pandemic, after the show aired. While I was in Kansas City, I was an educator and business owner. I started my business in 2009 and started doing education around that same time. Before I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, I ran an alternative school program working with youth that were 17 to 20 and helping them obtain their high school diploma. I moved to Georgia in 2019, and then I was working at one of the community colleges, or actually technical colleges, teaching adults that were interested in getting their GED. And so with the pandemic, the schools kind of closed down. So I've just kind of turned into a serial entrepreneur during the pandemic and try my hands in different things. And usually, my parents, my mother and my father both taught me to get paid for what I like to do. And so that is what I everything I like to do, I get paid for. I like to shop. I do shopping. I get paid to shop. I like to write. I get paid to write. I love dogs. I walk dogs. I love analyzing things, and so I analyze websites. I do that on the side. I have a production company which allows me to write, direct, produce, and act sometimes. And so everything that I kind of enjoy doing, I found a way to turn it into a profit. And so here we are.
Girl, I'm a fellow hustler. Okay.
Hey,
Hustle, hustle, hustle,
every day
hustle.
I'm hustling. Yes.
Yes, period. So this acting, you okay, so tell me what first of all, was acting your dream or did you always want to be something or did you want to be something else?
It's funny. It was subconsciously my dream. I didn't know it. And I think about it now. I remember growing up and watching like America's Next Top Model and American Idol and watching different shows, even as far back as oh goodness, what is it called? Real World. And
Mhm.
I remember watching it and I would cry. And I'm like, why am I crying? And I'm like, because one day, one day I'm gonna be on that TV and I'm gonna see myself. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And so I didn't really think about it, but I always have been the entertainer and always have been the person that, just likes to make people laugh. And so it was a teacher. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to become an educator, is because it was actually a teacher that saw the acting ability in me and asked me to be a part of a production. I didn't even have to audition for it. She was like, I just need you to do this, read this line, do this part. And I played a nun, honey, in The Sound of Music back in 1997, baby. And I have been hooked ever since. I've been hooked.
They the school plays to get you. The school
Ma-
plays, to get you, especially when it's a real, production.
Oh, honey,
Yeah.
let me tell you. And I watch Sound of Music every holiday. My stepmother calls me, my aunties, they're like, girl, okay, so Sound of Music is gonna come on this channel, on this, and I'm sitting up there and I'm singing all the songs with them. I'm like, hey, that was what got me started.
So so acting was subconsciously your dream and you just didn't know it. So tell me, how did you get into acting as far as, being on platforms like A&E and Lifetime and Netflix?
So I think what happened is, originally I wanted, my parents drilled to me, my education was important. And so I actually worked at Disney World in 2001. I interned and I did acting.
Mhm,
So I was actually in Disney World during 9/11, and I had the opportunity, they offered me the opportunity to do the Disney cruise as an actress.
mhm,
And I still had one more year of school. And I
mhm,
was like, oh, I gotta finish school. So
mhm,
I finished school and I just kind of went back home and I did, community theater, decided to get my master's degree as well. And so I was like, I'll just do this kind of on the side. And it was really meeting Tasha Smith. Um, there were some things that happened where God was kind of telling me, I started having dreams about Disney World. I kept having this reoccurring dream, and I'm like, Lord, what are you trying to tell me with this dream? I know there's a reason why I'm having this dream. And so it was like, okay, it's time for you to do some things. And so I've always loved Tasha Smith. I knew she had this Tasha Smith acting workshop.
mhm,
And so I decided in 2018, I was like, you know what? I got a promotion at my job. I'm making 3 times the amount of the salary that I was making. I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to fly down to Atlanta. I said, hey, mom, let's go down to Atlanta. It's my birthday. We have to invest in ourselves. So I invested in myself. That was my birthday present. And it was life changing. I met her, spent time with her, spent time with her team. There was even an incident where there was a strong like gas smell, and I was like, dude, I smelled, nobody else smelled it. We end up evacuating. They were like, oh my gosh, you saved everybody. But
mhm,
it was just an awesome experience, and just listening to the things she said and the nuggets of information she gave.
mhm,
I listened, I did it. I got on Instagram because I was like, Insta who? Instacart? Oh, Instagram. Okay, I need to get on there. So
mhm,
then I got a YouTube channel and I just start kind of doing monologues and then just kind of start reviewing different gluten-free restaurants for
mhm,
people. And then it was an opportunity to go on to Family Feud. And, my confidence was like, I'm good for the Midwest, but ain't nobody checking for me in,
Right.
Atlanta or New York or LA or whatever. Ain't nobody checking for me. But I sent in a video of myself and not the family, and it was like, we got called for an audition, and not only did we get called for an audition, a live audition, we had an opportunity to fly down to Atlanta twice because we weren't able to get on the first time because there were some production things going on, and so they liked the family well enough to bring us back again.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I was the team leader, and the producer, like, I still have talked to the producer right now in 2022. I think we did that show 2016.
Uh-huh.
I've had 2 other game shows reach out to me about being on their game show. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just, God knew I lacked the confidence that I needed to say, hey, I can do this on a bigger platform.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tasha Smith, she said some things. She saw some things in me. She used me as an example in a class. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. Then Family Feud. And then, I was like, let's just put myself out there. And then I saw this audition for something that I didn't know what it was. It was like, do you have a big personality? Check.
Yeah.
Do you like helping people? Check. Are you not afraid to tell people how you feel? Check. Let's try. And it was just like God put all these not obstacles, but all of these opportunities in my way and obstacles, and I was able to overcome the obstacles and take advantage of the opportunities and just meet the right people, talk to the right people, and just really start doing stuff on my YouTube. I've booked a lot of stuff off of just my YouTube of just
Right.
being myself, and I'm like, I just think I'm me, but clearly people see more than that.
Yeah.
So
And that's a
I had
testament that people's journeys are different because some people go to acting school and they, put in all these
well, I
hours
did do that too.
with an
I did
acting
do that.
coach. Yeah,
Okay, so
have
let
acting.
me be clear.
Uh-huh.
Let me be clear. I took classes in college because I
Okay.
was interested. My internship was with Disney World, so that was a whole acting learning experience in 2001.
Mhm.
After Tasha Smith, I did get an acting coach in Kansas City,
Okay.
and then when I moved here in August. I actually came to Atlanta in March to find an acting coach, and
Mhm.
end up finding an acting coach that was from Kansas City. So I was
Okay.
like, what are the odds? We're from the same,
Right.
we're from the
Right.
same hometown. So it was like it worked out.
Yeah.
It was meant to be, I guess.
And you're somebody who's had a lot of experience even as a kid. So I mean, I know actors who just woke up one day and said, "I want to be an actor,"
Hmm.
and then a couple months later, they're their career just took off. Never took an acting class, never been to
Hmm.
school. And then you have people that have been well versed in acting and being on stage plays and all that good stuff. Yeah, and then you have people who just transitioned into it from another part of the entertainment industry.
Yep. Hmm.
So, I mean, everybody's journey is different.
It
So,
is.
tell us about why you volunteered to go
Why you say
to
it like that,
jail.
girl?
Because let me tell you, I've been inside of jail. I work with at risk youth, so I
Okay.
go inside of jails. I've talked to women who are incarcerated and things like that. But yeah, I'm curious, and of course, we all have watched Orange Is the New Black. Now we know it ain't like that up in them jails, but not even close. But it was entertaining to say the least.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
in real life, for those who don't know, jail is definitely nothing like Orange Is the New Black. Okay,
Mm-mm.
so tell me, why did you volunteer to be a part of this popular docu series? Why did you volunteer to go to jail for this?
So let me be clear. Again, I had no idea what I was volunteering for. I was very familiar with the show because I was a fan of the show.
Mhm.
I had watched all 5 seasons previously. I was like, oh my God, this is so entertaining because these are some fools. Like, what fool would volunteer to? I was like, oh, they dumb for real. This is a special kind of dumb. Like, I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, y'all so stupid as I'm eating my popcorn. But then once I realized, and I started talking to the production company and realized what show it was,
Mhm.
I was totally against it because, one of the things they teach you growing up is that when you go to jail, you get fed bread and water.
Uh-huh.
I am someone that was diagnosed with celiac disease, which means that I'm allergic to gluten, which is wheat different oats, rye, barley, different stuff of that nature. So I was like, wait, now you want me to go to jail and I'm allergic to bread and you talking about you gonna feed me bread? No, I'm good.
Mhm.
But I realized, at that point, a couple years prior, I got a job that I never even applied for.
Mhm.
Okay? I'm gonna say that again. I
Mhm.
got a job that I never applied for.
Mhm.
So I said, you know what? People are watching, people are listening. People listen to you. You have the gift of gab. You know how to use your comedy to be able to reach people. That's how I'm able to reach my youth a lot, is through my jokes and stuff. And so I said, well, maybe God put this in my life for a reason. And so I still said no.
Right.
And then I started doing research and I'm like, well, wait a minute. I didn't know at that point that celiac was covered under the American Disability Act. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, excuse me, it was covered for places like universities, workplaces,
Mhm.
prisons, jails, hospitals.
Right.
And at that point, I had experienced issues in my own workplace with not being fed when we had events, because I had a boss that had an
Mhm.
issue with me. If it wasn't for the support staff that loved me to pieces, I wouldn't have ate when we had meetings.
Right.
So it was just like, well, wait a minute. Let me do a little bit of research. Well, wait a minute. This guy lost how many percent of body fat? This
Right.
person got what? Well,
Mm.
wait a minute. This is an issue. And nobody's talked about this in any other seasons, because for 60 days in, you cannot be on medicine because you're there under another, alias or whatever.
Right.
So I was like, girl, you always the one to, trying something new. And
Mhm.
you know what? Let's just try. Let's just go. Let's bring awareness. I already had my gluten-free Midwest gluten-free YouTube channel where I was going around and, reviewing different gluten-free spots. And I was like, what better way to really bring awareness to celiac disease and the fact that it's covered under the American Disability Act, and then hold these jails and these facilities accountable
Right.
than a
Mhm.
volunteer to go to jail. And plus working with at risk youth, like, you
Mhm.
hear the stories and I'll be like, whatever, dude. I don't want to hear that.
Right.
Oh, whatever. You shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have did. They
Mhm.
treated you like what? You probably deserved it. You probably said
Uh-huh.
this. You probably did that.
Yep.
And it was like, well, wait a minute. Let me be human for a minute and let me really step back. And just like, when I decided to leave corporate America and become an educator,
Mhm.
I took a $30,000 pay cut. My family thought I was crazy. But I was like, I got to step out on faith, because this is what I don't want to be a part of the problem. I want to be a part of the solution. People
Solution.
talk about
Absolutely.
at risk youth. So let me see if I can help. So now I have this opportunity. This international television show wants to give me an opportunity to bring awareness to something that changes my life. That this morning at 2 o'clock this morning, I was laying in my bed crying. And I was just like, people just don't understand. I
Mhm.
have this platform. Other people that have it probably wouldn't do it.
Right.
I got just enough crazy to do it. So let's do it. So I did it.
Absolutely. And I love the fact that you didn't take the part or didn't take that role because, and I understand that it's a docu series, but um because you were trying to boost your careers, morale and numbers. Not, while that is a great credit to your career, the motive behind it was to bring awareness. And so you don't find that a lot when
Mm-hmm.
actors and actresses are taking on roles. They usually keep the two separate. So acting is their career, and
Right.
maybe they become an ambassador or start a nonprofit or a foundation to bring awareness to or support some type of cause. But when you marry the two, that's really unique and really different. So that kudos to you for that. And
Thank
you're right,
you.
having just enough crazy, because most people like, oh no, I cannot be in nowhere for those 60 days, get my freedom taken
Yeah.
away.
And
And I was
the crazy thing is, I actually, like I said, I didn't know what show it was. So I had applied for several shows.
mhm,
The day that I signed my contract for 60 days in, I got a call. I'm not going to say the show, But I got a call from a huge show, a
Mhm.
huge show that really could have done something for my acting career.
Mhm.
And I told them, I said, I hadn't turned in the contract,
Mhm.
but I was like, no, I got to, like you said, I've always been an advocate for the underdog. So this is an
Mhm.
opportunity for me to do two things in one time. So,
And
yeah,
that's a testament too to why blessed people stay blessed, because
that part.
and why God continues to open doors, because when it's your time, if it's for you, it's gonna be for you, no matter if you do it now or later.
That part.
And when you said that you got a job that you didn't apply for,
Mhm.
he gave you opportunity, for that platform. And so being able to turn that down and not allowing, because we all know that this industry can swallow you up, and not allowing the dollars or the high social status,
Mhm.
to sway you, from
Yep.
doing what you knew was right to do, or um what you were led to do, is
Mhm.
awesome and amazing, because not too many people are going to be willing or even able to do that. So I have to commend you on that.
Thank you.
So when you took the role, or I should say, while you were there, tell me, what did you take from that experience? Like, what lessons did you take from that experience?
The several actually. I would say one is value your time that you have out, when you're able to do things, do it, enjoy life.
Mhm.
Um I remember right before I went in, because I was in the state for about a week before I actually went in jail. And they kept saying, go to the movies, do something fun, go and do that. And I'm like, I'm good. I'll stay at home. I'll chill. But I valued that when I was in the facility, and it really taught me. I already was an empathetic and sympathetic person, but it
Mhm.
really taught me more so, because a lot of those women didn't want to be there, but that's just their life. It's a
Mhm.
cycle, and nobody's taught them how to break that cycle.
Right.
I didn't think that I would care as much. I was like, it's a job. I'm gonna go in here. We get assigned a mission. So I
Mhm.
had their mission, I had my mission, and I had God's mission.
Mhm.
And man, it was just amazing to just listen to people, and to look outside of the fact that they're an inmate, and look at their heart, and learn about their children and learn about them. And so many times people want to talk 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 and
Mhm.
not listen to other people. And a lot of times people just need that. They
Right.
need that. They need a hug. This was, of course, pre-pandemic. But I thought about this today. I said, with me having several autoimmune diseases and being in the pandemic, I can't hug people.
Mhm.
I can't take those chances.
Mhm.
And I was like, I just miss getting a hug.
Mhm.
And that was one of the things in there. It was a couple of women in there that I would just hug, and they
Mhm.
would just cry and let go, because they never had that.
Mhm.
And it was just like, I really learned that you have to let go and just let yourself be in the moment, and be there, and not be afraid to be vulnerable. And if you make mistakes, it was hard, because for a moment I forgot the cameras were rolling. I mean, I was there for a long time.
Yeah.
So, you forget that the cameras are rolling, but it was like, you know what? I made some mistakes, and I'm glad that there were some things that they didn't show,
Right.
but it really taught me to just trust myself, trust my gut,
Mhm.
in as far as stay away from this person. This person's not safe.
Mhm.
Protect this person.
Mhm.
Um, my roommate was one of the people that everybody in the jail was scared of, her and the pod boss that I peed for. But
Mhm.
I got in good with them. I was able to see their heart and not
Mhm.
look at them, for the negativity. And so
Right.
I think it's just being able to just be vulnerable, and realizing, and this is something that I really want your listeners to get, is I didn't get the ultimate goal of what I went there for, as far as I thought the production company was going to make a big deal about celiac and
Mhm,
make it a whole educational experience.
mhm.
Sometimes life doesn't give us what we want the way that we wanted it. That doesn't mean stop.
Right.
It puts a comma in it, not a period.
Absolutely.
So, you got to keep going. And so it taught me too, okay, I didn't get what I want, but if I'm truly an advocate,
Mhm.
how else can I help? What
Absolutely.
else can I do, to continue on this mission? And even to the point of when people stop me when I'm grocery shopping and I'm looking at a hot mess and my head is hurting and I want to get home to my dogs, and people are stopping me and wanting to talk to me about my experience, I stop.
Mhm,
I talk to them when they thank me and say, thank you for what you're doing. I have celiac. My brother has celiac. My mother, my da, 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 da.
mhm.
The whole experience has just taught me that when you open yourself up like that, you open yourself up and you're going to have good, bad, and ugly, but you try to educate and empower those that are willing to take it in. And everybody else, you just separate the BS.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you for that tidbit. I hope y'all listening because listen, she on here teaching today. Okay. So tell us about any projects that you have coming up that you can talk about.
So right now, we are in the process of launching our Kickstarter campaign, our Indiegogo campaign for our autoimmune documentary. We start working on it a couple years ago.
Mhm,
And so we're doing an autoimmune documentary about all autoimmune diseases, called autoimmune diseases, no more suffering in silence.
mhm.
So we're working on that. My birthday is actually on the 13th of September in a few days. And so
Happy early
everyone's
birthday.
thank you. So I've had several people ask me, like, can you launch like a fundraiser? So we're launching a fundraiser for my production company because we have 3 other projects coming up. We have a web series called Expectations, which is, I call it a combination of kind of like Girlfriends, Golden Girls, and Insecure.
Okay.
So it's a mixture of women that are 25 to 60, different races. They have different experiences, and they're living for other people's expectations, and they're not happy. So
Mm,
that's a web series that we're working on shooting. So we're starting our fundraising campaign actually, I think, tomorrow. For
mhm.
that, we have 2 short films we're trying to do this fall. One's called Graduation Gift, which is about a young man that is graduating from high school. Has everything that he's ever wanted. His parents ask him, "What do you want for graduation gift?" And he's like, "I don't know." And he comes up with something that can change the life of not only him but his family.
Mhm.
And then the other project is Worth the Wait, which is about celibacy, because in the world that we live in, where every
Awesome.
day, yeah, you turn on, you see
Mhm,
everything and
mhm,
everybody sleeping with everybody.
mhm,
I believe in celibacy. I've been celibate for 5 years. I believe in that. And so I decided to try to, write something different
mhm.
and empower people to respect what they have and cherish it. So those are some of the projects that we have coming up. I've been called for some other projects that we're just kind of waiting to see what happens. And so got some other stuff I can't talk about, but those are the ones I can talk about.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on everything.
Thank you. I
Um,
appreciate it.
and I'm gonna be looking for that celibacy. Uh,
Yes, girl.
for
Yeah.
that celibacy one.
Worth the wait, baby. Worth the wait.
Yes,
Because we as
yes, I
women,
believe
we
that.
are worth it.
I do believe that. So can you tell everyone how they can connect with you and how they can go support you?
Sure. Well, as she told you before, I'm drama queen, not with a Q like everybody else, because I am not everybody else. It's drama queen with a K, 16. That's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, drama queen with a K vlog, dramaqueen.com, Classy Creations, production company. All of that. Everything is on everything. I have Classy Creation stuff on Drama Queen. Drama Queen stuff is on Classy Creations. So yeah, that's how you can find me.
Awesome. And they can, again, you can watch her in the series on Lifetime, A&E, and Netflix.
Yeah.
So Again, congratulations,
Thank you.
writing and producing and acting. And especially not just doing it because you love it, but also using your platform to bring awareness to that autoimmune disease. So
Definitely.
definitely keep up the good work.
Thank you.
So, is there anything that you would like to share with anyone that may be interested in becoming an actor or a writer or producer that is not as confident like you were, to start and or maybe maybe a little bit fearful in getting started? What would you say to them?
I still had lack confidence sometimes. The thing is, in this industry, you're going to get thousands of no's before you get a yes. And so I think that's the first thing to know, is that it's that type of industry. For me, and what a lot of people do is, if you're not getting those roles, create them. That's why I started writing. That's why I started my own production company, is just make sure you are investing in yourself. One of the things, and this, I'm embarrassed to say this, and I found this to be true, that I heard when I moved to Atlanta, is a lot of the Atlanta actors are lazy. They just, I'm cute, I got a big butt, I should get a role. No, you need to. And Tasha Smith went into that, and
Oh.
like she called some people out. You have to invest in your craft. What do I mean by invest in your craft? Get your headshots, invest in a coach, go to some classes. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you can always audit different classes for free. Doesn't cost anything. Audit these classes to see who you mesh with.
Mm-hmm.
Go online and print some free monologues. Record yourself, look at it, send it to some of your actor friends. If
Mm-hmm.
it's something you want to do, you will be doing it every single day. You will be doing something in your craft every single day, whether it's on YouTube, studying other people that are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Study other people that are doing your craft. For me now, I don't enjoy watching movies because I look at movies as an actor, as a director, as a producer, as a writer. Now I'm learning cinematography, I'm learning editing,
Uh-huh.
but do that and don't, this is the biggest thing. Don't be a one-trick pony. Here's a little tidbit. I'm related to someone that's very, very big in the industry. And I've not let them know that, because I don't want to go in as just an actress. I want to go in and hone my skills as a producer, as a
Mm-hmm.
director, as a writer.
Mm-hmm.
Get a mentor, ask questions. If you want to be an actor, actress, do these student films. And when you do those student films, ask questions. When I first moved to Atlanta, because I came from theater, moving from theater to film is different.
Mm-hmm.
It's different. And so when I would do different films, I'm asking a million questions. You either not paying me or you not paying me a lot. So I'm going to get paid in knowledge. I ask a million and one questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I wouldn't be where I am now if I didn't ask questions. I didn't invest in myself, and I didn't surround myself around other people that are like myself. You should not be the smartest person in your group of people. You should
Right.
not be the most creative. Surround yourself around the people that you hope to be like, so you can be like them, grow like them, and you guys
Absolutely.
can mesh off each other.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Fun fact about Lady J.
Mhm.
So I actually used to be a part of what's called the Living Museum, and I have been working on getting that together for this city using our young people. I remember when we were in elementary, my very first memory of acting and singing. So I'm more of a singer dancer, but
Mhm.
and acting was being a part of the Black History Living Museum. And our
Mhm.
school used to have everyone in costume on either side of the hallway, just probably like 100 different Black icons,
Yeah.
across Black history. I was Aretha Franklin, and so we had these desks in front of us. So Shaka Zulu, I think, was across from me, along with a famous singer. I forget her name, but um anyway, we had to dress up like the person. And on the desk,
Mhm.
they had like a little card, and it had a little biography about the person. I was Aretha Franklin. And then they had, cut out red circles and taped them to the desk, and it had the word push. And so you're standing there like a statue, and they push it, and they come up to you and they push, and then you come to life and you start singing or doing whatever. So I was singing like respect, and then you tell a little bit about yourself, and then you go back to your post. So it was so cool. Oh, it was so
Love that.
so cool. And I was like, oh my God, our children need this because they are trying to wipe away our history. And like, you need to learn about these people and what they've done and who they are, because they are the foundation of where we are now. We are able to, and so I just thought that was so cool. And when I am interviewing actors and actresses, I think back to a lot of the things that I was able to do. And when I hear about how a lot of them had started out in school plays and all of the good, all that stuff, I'm just reminded of that. And I think it would be really cool if something like that, actors and actresses would come together and do something like that. They can tie to some kind of cause, or teaching or history. So been trying to get people together to try to do something like that, because I just think that would be so amazing to do, especially for young people who are interested in the arts. So I mean, whether it's elementary, middle school, high school, college, I just think that would be awesome. So yeah,
I love that.
DJ, y'all. So that was
we gotta get together. I'm sitting up here like I got all kind of ideas. I was like, ooh, we can talk, off air, bro. We can talk.
Definitely. So Shanese, I want to thank you so much, Miss AKA Drama Queen with a K. Thank you so much for coming on here and talking with Ego Entertainment Network. We're honored to have you.
Thank you.
And everyone who has tuned in, make sure you follow, like, and share us on social media. We do follow back. Thank you all for tuning in on air. Thank you so much to our listeners. We would not be who we are without you guys. And remember, we are also now providing our management and PR services. So we just launched our final and last division of Ego Entertainment Network, Ego Entertainment Group. We still have a few more slots open for any music artists and or actors and actresses. Okay. So with that being said, continue tuning in to your favorite show. Make sure y'all follow, like, and share us. Leave us some reviews. All right. And this has been another special edition of JQLM Radio Special Edition with your girl, Lady J, right here on JQLM Radio, a division of Ego Entertainment Network, y'all. And I'm out. Until next time, deuces.